Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the brother of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein has broken his silence, and what he said might just shock you. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Jeffrey Epstein's brother spoke to News Nation hours after Pam Bondi and the FBI and all these guys said there is no Jeffrey Epstein list. I got a lot of questions about that. See, Pam Bondi did say for an unequivocal fact that there was videotapes of adults engaging in acts they should not engage with children. That these videotapes existed. So, okay, let's say I believe you and you don't have the list. You have people on video doing these things. Where the hell are the prosecutions? When are they going to start? Because you got them dead to rights. I don't like it at all. It makes me think a lot that Epstein was working for the government in some capacity, get people on tape so they can use it as blackmail against them. Something deeper, in my opinion, has happened here. And we may never know the answer to it. Because, frankly, most of you don't even know the truth about what happened to Abraham Lincoln yet. Unless you believe the whole John Wilkes Booth and, the they got him story. But that's not really real either. These rabbit holes go deep and the government never wants you to know what really happened. That being said, I don't want to diverge into a different topic. Epstein's brother spoke to News Nation and he said, nah, his brother didn't off himself. His brother was taken out by somebody, and he believes there's a cover-up here. There's a missing minute of footage. A minute is an important amount of time. It's not a second. It's a minute. A lot can happen in a minute. What's on that? And I'm not saying there is something on that missing minute of footage. And by the way, that door is not necessarily the only way somebody can get in that cell. Just pointing that out, especially if it's a professional. His brother doesn't believe it at all. His brother believes that he was off. Because listen, if what they're saying is true, and they simply have no evidence against Epstein, well, then what was he doing in jail? They should just let Maxwell out too, right? Because there's no evidence. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. I want you to watch what he says here and let me know what you think in the comments.
Epstein Island is now trending on X this morning, days after the Justice Department announced there's no such thing as a Jeffrey Epstein client list out there. Attorney General Pam Bondi once suggested that she had the so-called client list sitting on her desk, ready and waiting for review. Well, now some conservative influencers want her to resign over it. The DOJ announcement reviving questions on how Jeffrey Epstein's alleged sex trafficking ring could operate under the radar for so many years. And now Epstein's brother, Mark, is speaking out exclusively with News Nation's Chris Cuomo.
Mark, for you, it's personal. This was your brother. And just so everybody knows, Mark wasn't part of anything that his brother was doing in this regard. He's never been connected to it. There's never been a suggestion. It's not about that. But, Mark, you do not believe what the administration, the Trump administration, is putting out about your brother now. Why?
Well, every time they say something or do something to try to quash the fact that he was most likely murdered, they just put their foot further down their mouth. I mean, for instance, Kash Patel in the congressional hearing, he listed his credentials as a prosecutor and other such things, and he said that it was a suicide. He said, you know a suicide when you see it. That's basically what he said. So the questions that popped into my mind was, first of all, number one, how many suicides has he seen? Number one. Two, is he a forensic pathologist? Does he have a medical degree? Does he have a certificate that he passed the CPR course? Does he have a Boy Scout merit badge for first aid? What is he basing his expertise on? Contrast that to Dr. Roman, who was a city pathologist who did the autopsy. She came out of the autopsy and said she couldn't call it a suicide because it looked too much like a homicide. Dr. Michael Baden, who was there on my behalf, who witnessed the autopsy, also concurred that it looked more like a homicide than a suicide. Now, was Kash Patel in the autopsy room? No. Was Kash Patel in the prison when they found Jeffrey? No, I don't think so. And if he was there, that raises even a bigger question. So every time they say something, yeah, I mean, when Cash Patel came out with that statement, I laughed at how stupid it was. And then they just released this video. This you're going to like. After the death, a few days after the death, Bill Barr, the Attorney General, said he saw that video and he saw that nobody went in or out of the tier, and that convinced him it was a suicide. And I heard that and I realized how stupid that was, because no one could get to that door, go in, kill somebody, leave completely undetected. So that's like an asinine concept.